The next few days were a blur. I couldn't think straight. Every time I saw Ryan, I felt guilty. Every time I thought about Jake, I felt like I was betraying my own future. But the worst part was the constant pull between two worlds that didn't belong together. I couldn't stop thinking about the message from Jake. It had haunted me every minute since I read it. "You can't run from this, Emily. The truth always catches up." It was like a warning or a promise, and I didn't know which one scared me more. Ryan noticed something was off. He kept asking me what was wrong, if I was okay. And every time I looked into his eyes, I felt like I was lying. I wanted to tell him everything, but how could I? How could I explain that I was torn between him and someone else? That I couldn't ignore the pull of something I knew wasn't right, but couldn't stop feeling either? One night after dinner, Ryan and I were sitting on the couch watching a movie, but I wasn't really watching. My phone was on the table, the screen facing down, and I kept expecting it to buzz with another message from Jake. I didn't know what I was waiting for. A sign? An excuse? "Emily, are you okay?" Ryan's voice broke through my thoughts. I looked at him, trying to force a smile. "Yeah, I'm fine," I lied. He didn't look convinced. He reached out and gently touched my hand. "You're not fine. You've been distant for days. I don't know what's going on, but I'm worried." I could feel the weight of his concern, the sincerity in his touch, and it made me feel even worse. He deserved better than this. He deserved someone who didn't have a secret, someone who didn't spend her nights thinking about another man. "I'm just stressed with work," I said, trying to sound convincing. "It's nothing." He looked at me for a long time, his gaze intense. "I don't believe you, but if you want to talk, I'm here, okay?" I nodded, but I couldn't look him in the eye, not when the truth was slowly suffocating me. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing. I couldn't stop thinking about Jake. I couldn't stop remembering the way he had looked at me when I told him I couldn't do this. The way his voice had cracked when he said, "I won't wait forever." I knew what I had to do. I had to make a decision. I couldn't keep living in this limbo. But every time I thought about choosing Jake, I felt the weight of what I'd lose. And every time I thought about staying with Ryan, I felt like I was suffocating, like I was lying to myself. I grabbed my phone and typed a message to Jake, my fingers trembling as I did. "Where are you? I need to see you." I hit send before I could second-guess myself. The message sat there, unanswered, and for a moment, I wondered if I had made a huge mistake. But then, a few minutes later, my phone buzzed. "I'm at the old park, the one near the bridge. I'll wait for you." I didn't waste a second. I told Ryan I was going out for a walk, grabbed my keys, and left. I told myself it was just to clear my head. But deep down, I knew it was something more. It was a choice. And once I made it, I couldn't go back. The night was cold, the air crisp and sharp. But it didn't matter. My heart was pounding in my chest as I drove to the park, my thoughts a whirlwind of confusion and fear. When I got there, I saw Jake standing near the bridge, his hands in his pockets, staring down at the water. He didn't hear me approach, and for a moment, I just watched him. I watched the way his shoulders tensed when he heard my footsteps. I watched the way his body seemed to relax when he saw me. "Emily," he said, his voice soft, but there was an edge to it, like he was holding something back. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself. "Jake, He stepped toward me. "You came." I nodded, swallowing hard. "I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I want. But I couldn't keep pretending." He reached out and touched my arm, his fingers warm against my skin. "I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I just need you to be honest with yourself. You don't have to choose right now, but I need to know that you care, that you feel what I feel." I didn't know what to say. The words felt trapped in my throat. "You don't have to tell me right now," Jake said, stepping back. "But I need to know, are we just a mistake? Or is this real?" Before I could answer, my phone buzzed again. I looked down, and my heart stopped. It was a message from Ryan. "Where are you? I'm getting worried." I froze. The timing felt impossible. I couldn't be here with Jake, not when Ryan was just a few miles away, waiting for me. I stared at the message, the cold air seeping into my bones. Jake noticed the tension in my face. "It's Ryan, isn't it?" I nodded, my throat dry. "I have to go. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't want to hurt anyone." Jake stepped closer, his eyes pleading. "You don't have to choose right now. Just promise me that you'll think about it, that you won't let fear decide for you." I wanted to say something, anything. I wanted to tell him that I wasn't ready to give up on what we had. But when I looked at him, I couldn't find the words. The weight of everything was too much. "I can't do this," I whispered. Jake didn't try to stop me. He just watched as I turned and walked back to my car. I drove home in a daze, my mind still spinning. When I pulled into the driveway, I saw Ryan's car was already there. My stomach twisted with guilt. I walked inside, but something felt different. Ryan was sitting on the couch, his eyes watching me closely. "Emily, you need to tell me what's going on. You're not acting like yourself." I opened my mouth to speak, but just as I was about to tell him everything, my phone buzzed again. I looked down. "I gave you a chance, Emily, but you didn't choose me. I'm done waiting. Don't try to find me again." The message was from Jake. My heart dropped into my stomach. I had just lost him, and the worst part? I didn't even know if I had chosen the right person. Ryan stood up, walking toward me. He took my hand gently in his. "What's going on, Emily? Please tell me the truth." I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I looked at Ryan, then at my phone, and then I realized I had a choice to make. And now, it might be too late to undo the damage. Is it already too late? Find out in the next part. Part 3, dropping soon. Subscribe so you don't miss it.